Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. Welcome in, everyone. How are you? Happy Thursday. I hope everyone's doing well. Hey, Jer. Hey, Dema. So, Dema, what's up with your car? What kind of car issues do you have? What is happening? The internet people have been hanging out with me. I've been texting with them all the time to figure out what's going on with my internet. Oh, Grandpa scraped into the garage. That's no good. That's no good at all. So here's the thing. I they've been trying to figure out what's wrong with the internet, with my Ethernet, and they sort of don't believe me that there's anything wrong, but I was like, look, I'm telling you, something weird is happening. The Ethernet is not consistent. And I just discovered I discovered two things which are interesting. One, you know those speed test websites where you can go to and it'll do the speed test and it'll do like download speed, then upload speed and tell you what your connection's like? So I've been doing those, and sometimes it works, sometimes it times out, it doesn't go when I'm only on the Ethernet. And I was watching it when it was going, and I was like, oh, it's working, but I realized something really interesting. When it does, because it's speed test, right? So, there's a line that goes across like that, and it goes download, whoop, and it goes upload, whoop, like that. So what's interesting is that when I do the download with the Ethernet on, it goes whoop, 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 and then it goes upload, whoop. Every time the download goes whoop, 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 rather than a nice smooth whoop. And if I have the Wi-Fi on, it's just whoop, whoop, both times. So there's clearly something wrong with the download through the Ethernet. It's wired though, it's Ethernet, nothing's going on. And I wonder, is it my computer? But it can't be just my computer, because I was having problems with the PS4 as well. So it seems like it's not just my computer. They just think it's weird. They're like, we don't know what that is. So, and then here's the second thing I discovered, by the way. This is really interesting. I decided today that what I wanted to do, because I've got, two soft boxes, and then I've got a new modem. But the question is, why is it not a problem with Wi-Fi? This is my question. When I've got Wi-Fi on, there's no problem at all. But when I'm hooked into the Ethernet cable, it's a problem. And only since I moved to the new apartment. I don't know. Oh. No idea. No idea. Oh, so here's weirdness, right? So I've got the two soft boxes, right? I also have this overhead light, and I thought, hey, what happens if I turned off the overhead light and just had the two soft boxes as my lighting? Thanks. Thanks a lot. Thank you for the stash compliment. I'm a little bit worried. Anyway, wait, I don't want to... I use a beard oil and a beard balm, and the bottle that I had my beard oil in fell and broke and shattered, and there's bits of glass everywhere. Now I have no more beard oil. I just have to use the beard balm. Ooh. Anyway, so I turned off the overhead light, right? So I could see what it would look like with just the overhead light and with just the soft boxes and not the overhead light. And then guess what happened? Okay, so I want you to know that in this office, I have got two outlets, right? Two different outlets, and each outlet has two outlets or two jacks. What do you call them? I've got two, you know how you've got a thing with the two outlets in it? Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean. Thank you, Dema. So I've got two of them in this office, and the one that's over here has got one softbox light on the top, and then my surge protector extension cord on the bottom, and this one has got my other softbox light on the top and the computer on the bottom. So how is this for really interesting? I was like, okay, well, let me try turning off the overhead light. And I turned off the overhead light, and then my softbox over here was off. And I was like, well, that's weird. Maybe the light went out, but I just got it. That's weird. So then I turned the light back on to figure out, and then the light was back on. And I realized for some weird reason that I do not know what's up, the overhead light, the electricity, when you turn off the overhead light, the upper socket in that outlet no longer has electricity. Only that one. There are 4 total, and only that one is connected to the overhead lights. And I do not know why, when you turn it off, that socket should lose electricity, but it does. And I don't know if that has anything to do with my Ethernet cable problems, but I let them know about it. Isn't that weirdly bizarre? This new place is big and fancy and all, but I have no idea what is going on with that business. So, but at the moment, Wi-Fi is working, so we're all good for streaming on Saturday. Night Witches. I did actually know, Jer, this is true. When I first moved in, I did have computer restarting issues, but when I first moved in, I also had my computer plugged into that jack, into that outlet, the one that apparently has weird power issues when you turn off the light, and I stopped plugging it in to that outlet, and I switched outlets because I was like, well, that's weird, right? So, and since I switched outlets, I never had a problem with the computer anymore. So clearly, that outlet is mysterious and strange in ways that I don't like. So I just want you to know that there is shenanigans going on for reals. Yeah, that's right. You are right, Jer. There might be some kind of I texted the internet people, and I said, hey, I want you to know that there's this weirdness with the jack, and so maybe they'll know, and maybe there's my university needs to send people out to go and work on this. They need to do a bunch of things, to be honest, but and it's the winter break, so it's not like the students are here, so it's not like they've got other, they should figure it out. And maybe I should put in a work order to let them, so also I've got some kind of, what do you call it? An air conditioning unit that was clearly being worked on before I moved in, and they clearly didn't finish working on it because half of the air conditioning unit is disassembled and there's a can of WD-40 there. So I feel like I should also let them know that they need to do that as well. They do that a lot for standing lamps and stuff for saving power. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Yeah, I think we have more than one guy. I think we have 2 guys for way more than 100 people. Yeah. But, I mean, the break is when they get to do a lot of stuff because, it's not... Your apartment has jacks like that. Yeah, no, if it's anything but there's clearly not enough people for the amount of buildings they have to take care of. And it's our HVAC and electricians and carpenters and plumbers, they work way too hard. There are not enough of them, and they have way too much work because it's a fairly big campus, and they don't take care of them in ways that they think that they really should. My thoughts. That's what I have to say. So, some weirdness with my jack, some weirdness with the Ethernet, but the Wi-Fi's fine. We're cruising into Night Witches on Saturday. Oh, okay. Oh, dogs, nice. As you can see, I put up my RPG books in the background. They are not yet alphabetized, so do not look at them. I mean, you can look at them, you can see them, but don't look at them because they're not alphabetized. And I really need to alphabetize my RPG books because I don't like them not being alphabetized. That's a thing. And this bottom shelf you can see right here is not yet full. I think I'll put my graphic novels and fiction here and here, so I have to unpack those boxes. This is 10 boxes of books right there is what that is. But I also need to get a stepladder so I can access the upper shelves and put my nonfiction books up there. And I also have a bunch of RPG folders and binders from middle school onwards that are over there, and I need to figure out what I'm going to do with them, because I feel like I maybe don't need to have 3 feet, 2 to 3 feet worth of binders and notebooks of my gaming career. Although, I mean, I don't want to get rid of them. But maybe I don't need them all. Yes, I have too many books for a person who moves frequently. One of these days, I will not have to move so frequently. I don't know when those days will be, but that is one of the days it will happen. I have 8 boxes of books that I'm not going to unpack, that I was like, I can leave these packed for the moment until I move again. So, I'm trying to work it out. What was I going to tell you? Oh, I've so many things. I'm going to be doing a test on the GeekSpace TV server either tonight or tomorrow to make sure that will work out fine. It'll be like a little 5 minutes. Internet people are coming tomorrow morning to continue working on the business. And yeah, so expect a little 5-minute test if on GeekSpace with just like a screen to make sure things are working. And and we have Resident Evil Revelations as our giveaway for today. And hey, is Critical Role tonight? Yes, Critical Role. Does somebody know? Because if Critical Role is tonight, I will be hosting it. If it is not tonight, then I won't. But maybe there's Critical Role tonight. I can't say. Somebody will know. We are playing. Oh, I want to thank everybody who was here with me during my Bastion streams where I was sort of being paranoid about my internet connectivity. So I appreciate it because it's got to be great. What else do I want to tell you? We're playing Where the Water Tastes Like... Yeah, I don't know either. We're playing Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, which is one of the games nominated for the 2018 Excellence in Narrative category from the Independent Games Festival. And we are playing it. Right now we are in Santa Fe. Let's bop over there, shall we? Whoop. Let's bop over. It starts next week. Hey, Artie Snack. How are you? It's good to see you, Artie. I hope you're doing well. We're currently in Santa Fe. Or around Santa Fe. I'm excited for Critical Role to start again. So we are... Oh, what... Artie Snack. What are you eating for supper? You should tell me because I'm interested. I want to know. Where are we? So we're in Santa Fe. We want to talk to this person. And we should probably head south to the border where New Mexico is, maybe? There's a person there we could meet. And then maybe we could start heading west from there. Ooh, chicken on the barbecue. Whoa, that sounds delicious. Because I like those sorts of things. Yeah, but we maybe want to head east again? I don't know. Let's, search.
The snake flicks its tongue. That's close enough.
Why is the snake talking to me?
It is coiled atop a carved stone marked with faded flecks of paint.
Okay. So in this game, we wander around and we collect stories. Many of them are about death. Because I am dead. I'm a dead hobo skeleton. We will ask the snake about the stone.
The snake laughs, its whole body convulsing. It's very special. A good luck charm. It tilts its head. I'm supposed to guard it, but I'm hungry. If you bring me some meat, you may have it.
Welcome back, Dema. We have just met a snake who's guarding a stone that has some faded painted flecks on it. And the snake is hungry says it's a good luck charm and will give us the thing if we feed it. So we can either kill the snake or scrounge up some meat. And I just think we should scrounge up some meat.
The heat has made a family of mice slow and easy to catch. You drop them before the snake, and it gulps them down without chewing.
Hey, Ice Bunny.
It slithers back, exposing the object. Take it, it hisses. I won't bite. Trust me.
Ice Bunny, how are you doing? What is going on with you? How's it going? So we have a choice of either killing the snake or trusting the snake. And you're never supposed to trust snakes, you know, because they're always like symbols of evil and whatnot. But I'm a skeleton, so I'm going to trust the snake. I want to like go against stereotypes.
You reach for the idol. The snake quivers as your hand gets close, but it stays put. It flicks its tongue. Don't be disturbed by how it looks. It'll bring you luck. The snake slithers off into the long grass.
Hey, see? Looks can be deceiving. The snake didn't try to kill us. Oh, I only unpacked about 10 of 50 boxes of books. So I've got a whole bunch of books left to do. Although 8 of the boxes I'm not going to unpack. So I've got like 30-something boxes of book CDs, DVDs, and VHS cassette tapes still left to unpack. Although I've decided I think I won't unpack the VHS box, the boxes of VHSs at the moment, because I'm probably only going to be in this apartment for about a year. So I think I can probably leave those packed. And then I just have to unpack the CDs and the DVDs and then the rest of the books and then my clothes and toiletries. So yes, the start of a trip is the first step, and I did a bunch. And what I really want to do before Night Witches tomorrow is I really want to alphabetize those books because they're not alphabetized, and it bugs me. I don't want people to look at my RPG books and think, that dude didn't alphabetize his books at all. What's wrong with him? So I want to do that. I also want to unpack my comic books and graphic novels and put them on this shelf so that that shelf is full. And if I can find my more fiction books, I can do that bottom one as well. Yeah, I know, I am very old school. It is true.
It's an idol, about the size of your clenched fist, carved into the shape of a human head.
Huh.
It's an ugly thing. The side that was pressed into the dirt is a face contorted in grotesque agony. Could this really be a good luck charm?
You know, so here's the thing about this. You know that violin in the last session, I had this violin and I dropped it? I think maybe I should have kept it. We're going to keep the idol.
Good things sometimes wear foul guises. Who are you to judge? You stow the idol, trying to ignore its unusual weight.
So I have a thought. So look at this. If we go to inventory, I bet you... Oh no, we actually don't have anything new. All right, well, I thought we'd have something new, but we didn't. No, in the game. In the game, we could have gotten, you know, a thing. So I'm pretty good at... I could use more... I could use more of the pentacles, more of the world. I could use certainly more of the scales, the justice. I could use a lot more justice. I could use some of that crown. Okay, that's what we got. Let's go. Let's go and talk to this person. There's a person to talk to, and we should talk to them. I just don't even drink coffee. Let's no, let's not camp yet. Let's all right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna talk to this person. See what we can learn from them. We're gonna camp. Ooh, I hope we have the right stories. Fidelina. Hello.
Buen día le de Dios, stranger. Come, sit with me a little. To rest is a simple remedy, pero es importante.
Okay.
And the first step in la curación.
Okay, we'll have our simple remedy.
Everyone needs healing. It has always been this way. Sometimes it's a toothache, and sometimes more. Resting the mind is difícil.
I love that she's speaking in Spanglish. I think that's super awesome.
Walking or sitting, running or sleeping. Always the mind is working, pensando.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any frightening stories? Have you seen the work of Las Brujas on your travels?
It's medicinal coffee drinking. I see. Oh, she wants frightening stories. And I have frightening stories. I will tell you, I have got them. Because, but she wants something about witches. And I do have one that's super witchy, though. Like the three women. I have the one about, I don't know if that's super scary. So I don't know if this is considered scary or not. About the woman communing with the wood spirits. So let's go with, but she did say that she wanted stories about witches, but we're going to go with the indescribable horror living in the farmhouse cellar, because that is a scary story. Like, that's scary. I might kill Granny with my stories.
What a good story. Like what mi hermano used to tell me as a girl.
Why did your brother tell you those stories?
Traps? Sickness is like a trap. Una prisión that damaged the body, spirit, and mind of a person. Sometimes there is no release from that prison. Oh, please, tell me a story sobre la esperanza and all the good in this world.
I have some good stories. I have some stories about good things. I have one, for example, about, which one do I have? Not the tent city. I have the one about the fishermen and the fish calling seagulls. That one's positive.
What a good story. Esperanza. It is the most important, I think.
Hope is important.
Do not worry too much for el futuro. We work for it, sometimes too hard, and forget to cherish el presente.
I wonder who all these voice actors are.
Easier to say than to do.
Well, I do have some stories from Chicago, like people being shot in the streets. You know?
But now, do you have a story about hope? About happiness? And the goodness in the world?
You want happiness, hope, and goodness? Yeah, right, Krellin? Hey, Krellin. They're not, okay, Krellin, they're not alphabetized yet, my books. No, that's Esperanto. Esperanza is Spanish for hope. Esperanto is the made-up language. But don't judge my books yet, Krellin, because they're not alphabetized. And I really need to alphabetize all of my gaming books. You know, they're not alphabetized yet, so don't judge. They look a little messy, but I will fix them. Scary, I got a ton. Hope. Bunny has Orions. That is a happy story. That's true. All languages are made up. Most are just made up by more than one person. This is true. Although I imagine Esperanto is probably also made up by more than one person, yes? Strange man, dead woman. No, that's not going to be something positive. What if we tell the story of the newspaper reporter that with strictly positive views around Louisville? I mean, like, yeah, let's do that. She might think he's dumb, though.
No entiendo.
Yeah, no, I didn't think she'd like it.
Is this a joke?
Oh, interesting.
My choices?
Yeah, I didn't think she'd like that one.
I follow my code. I do what I can with that I'm giving. If my curación is not wanted, I do not force it on people. That only makes things worse.
Dr. Ludwig Lazarus Zamenhof. Wow. Oreo with cheesecake flavor. What?
But tell me, what is the most frightening thing you have seen on your travels?
Yeah, Jer, I think that's exactly true. You know, some of those stories you're like, really? Okay, I need something super frightening. And, Gunshot Man, no, frightening. Joy. Nature Country Home. The Monster of the Maelstrom? That's kind of scary. Family. The Creepy Mill in the Northeast? That's kind of scary. College tuition prices in 100 years. Yep. You know what? I'm gonna go. Oh, Old Barney the Scarecrow is pretty creepy. Let's do that one. That's kind of creepy.
What a story.
Yeah.
Mira mis manos. They are shaking.
Oh, I got some good stories for her. That's good.
There are many who claim autoridad over land or other people. Some accept la autoridad of others, o de Dios. La última autoridad es la muerte, death, and must be respected.
Yeah, because I am a dead skeleton.
But tell me, what is the most frightening thing you have seen on your travels?
She likes scary stuff, which is convenient since my entire life is full of scary stuff. How about, the dead woman and the yellow ribbon? That's super ghosty. She might like that one.
Okay. Do you get joy from telling me this?
You didn't think it was...
I have traveled many times in mi vida.
She apparently didn't find that
I
scary
go
enough.
where I am needed. And sometimes it is a long way.
Dema is shocked that the giant skeleton has scary stories.
Este es el primer tiempo. I travel with no hurry.
Oh, Krellin.
It's a little nice.
Oh, that's mean.
You're kind to listen to una vieja talk of nada. I have learned mucho en mi vida.
That's fair.
Now, I wish to share more than ever. Perhaps you want to hear this old woman talk
I
again?
do.
I hope so. The road takes me this way. If your journey takes you there, look for me.
Okay. I hope to see you again. She was very nice. She likes scary stories, and I have all of the scariest stories. So that was good. There's a story up that way which I think we should get. And, pick it up. Yeah, no, it's Krellin, it's not okay to be mean to yourself. No meanness. Don't be mean to yourself either. It's not good to be mean to yourself. It makes me sad. No being mean to yourself. Don't do it. Don't do it. Alright, what do we have here?
They sheepishly, how else, approach the edge of the water and lap at it. A moving cloud stalking the plain on stocky legs. It's a huge flock, and for a long time you see no shepherd, until a figure on a horse crests over a ridge in the hilly terrain.
Okay, so here's the thing, Krellin, because Krellin says a 10,000 years of comedy wants a word with me. There's a difference between making a joke, do you know what I mean, and actually being mean to yourself. Like, if you're joking and you don't really mean it, that's cool, but if you're mean to yourself, that's not cool. So, if you're joking just on a haha, and you're not being mean to yourself, go for it. But if you're being mean to yourself, don't do it. You know the difference. We will look at this guy.
He rides a white horse. No, a pale horse.
Uh-oh. A pal horse is bad.
A horse the sickly green color of an ashen corpse. And he's a gaunt figure clothed in a ragged cloak. But in spite of that, he seems in good spirits.
Crit Witch,
Aren't they beautiful?
thank you for the host. And Krellin, I figured you were joking, but then you said that you were being mean to yourself. Having to already be AFK, but I want to thank you so much. I don't think we can... I think there's no critical role tonight. As long as you're joking, it's fine. That's all. So, so here's the thing. We have a person, a man on a pale horse that's... Ooh. My house, come on. Come on in my house, come on. Come on in my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on in my house, I'm gonna give you everything. Thank you for the host, Dema. No, you said you were being mean. You're the one who said you were being... You said, but it's mean to myself, so it's okay. You started the meanness. So you started that. Oh! The name game! Come on, everybody! I said, now let's play a game! I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fana, and fo. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Gère, Bobert, banana, fana, faux faire, fee, fi, mo, mère. Gère. Thank you so much, Jer. It is much appreciated. Thank you. Woo! Well, okay, that is fair. That is fair, Krellin. I will take it. Thank you for the sub. You are going to subsidize costuming and whatnot for the Night Witches, which starts, by the way, Night Witches starts the day after tomorrow. Day after tomorrow, everybody. Night Witches. On Geek Space TV, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. All 3 derivatives are real words. Gère, Bobert, banana, fana, faux faire, fee, fi, mo, mère. Gère. Yeah, it's true. You've got good ones. You're right, Krellin. I take it back. So we have a creepy dead person, I think. I'm just going to say, I don't even know. I'll just say, yes, they are. Let's not antagonize.
My flock. Bigger than it has been in centuries. He stalks through the mass of beasts.
It is a myth.
Their soft bodies instinctively giving way to the spindly legs of his mount. Oh, there it goes. He points with one emaciated toe at a black ram moving through the flock. The soul of an evil man.
Yeah, let's just ask about an evil man. Let's just get more details on that one. Let's just ask.
One of the worst. It looks pretty harmless. But then again, you suppose we're all pretty harmless in death.
So these are all souls of dead people?
A Spanish fascist. He planned on fleeing to America should the war not turn out his way.
What happened?
His side might win the war yet, but a Lincoln Battalion bullet caught up with him first. He cracks a sardonic grin that makes you queasy. I thought I'd take the flock to graze here, so he could see the land that loaded the gun.
Yeah, okay. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move on, is what we're gonna do, because that's just yeah. So, I'm thinking we should maybe head south and meet a new person we haven't met before, because that seems like a good idea. South is this way. So let's cross the river and see if we can hitchhike. That's what I'm thinking we do. Because we can maybe get some new stories before we meet up with people. I like our medicine woman. I think I only like her because she likes really scary stories. And although apparently they need to be really scary. My scary stories were not apparently scary enough. But, you know. Hold on. Here we go. Thank you. I'm catching a ride down south. Can make a nice waltz to this. Oh, you just... Well, that was not even a very far ride. Come on, somebody give me a ride. Ugh. They give me, like, the most pitiful ride ever. That wasn't even cool. Okay, there's a car coming. Maybe I can get a ride? But no, they don't usually go that short. That was like 5 feet, you know what I mean? Like, we hardly got anywhere. Like, they usually, like, drive you a little bit further. Like this nice person. We're heading towards, El Paso. Oh, we're heading into Texas, everyone. See, look at this. This is a nice ride. And there's, like, a story to pick up. And there's a person to meet. See, this is great. Oh, New Mexico, Texas. Oh, hey, look. That's, Mexico on the other side of the border. Let's find out how our stories have been evolving. You shared this bus stop with an old man who shifts from foot to foot, thumbing his suspenders, and watching the passing traffic with anxious focus. I really should stop supporting those water thieves. Hey! He blurts suddenly, turning towards you. Want to hear a good story? Sure. With the air of a man who's distracting himself from something, he stumbles quickly through a tale about the talking seagulls who tell fishermen where to find the best catch, confusing himself now and again, backtracking, adding new details out of order. You barely piece the story together. Texas. You suddenly realize that he's told you a twisted version of the story about the fisherman and his fish-calling seagulls, but massively changed, with whole new chunks you don't remember. It's true, the old man insists, turning his wincing eyes back towards the road, and with that, the conversation seems over. I was going to say Fremen. So my story's grown in the... Here's the question that I have. I want your opinion, people. So, if we go to our stories, you know that we can make the stories larger? My question is, I wonder how large the stories can get, right? So if you see the witch girl or kitten familiar, the eye is somewhat open, but not fully. None of those are. But see this Johnny Appleseed, is that fully open? Right? Because if Johnny Appleseed is fully open, but I don't know, like, and is the Talking Seagulls, is that one fully open? Is that the most open you can get? Or can it look more open? Because if so, I could maybe... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swap a story. Because I'm going to think that maybe... Let's swap a story. Because maybe that's what fully open looks like. The bull who terrorized travelers on the road to Oklahoma. Cops arming to take on a strike in Minneapolis. Let's do that one. I mean, I don't know what fully open looks like, but let's do that. Because I don't know. There's a century-long fight between Colorado, New Mexico, and Texas over the water line of the Rio Grande. Oh, So I'm going to just assume that we got that the full eye with the dots above and below is fully
The
open.
railway was a fast route between two towns, but the oil which promised to make each town rich was never there. The track died fast. The citizens, like the bird, survive on pickings. The vulture gouges at a cow's jawbone, a piece of paper trapped under the skull.
Let's read that note.
Your motion disturbs the bird, takes off with an air of disdain. The buffalo is long dead. There was no meat left. It lands again.
I'll see you
not
soon,
far
Dema.
across the track. The note tears as you pull it free. I can't wait longer. Ran out of food.
Well, let's piece this note together.
Mary, I can't wait longer. Ran out of food, so had to hunt. I hate it. I said we'd leave for a new life, but
Oh, Texas.
not one like this. Guess you've changed your mind. If you still want to marry me, I'm going north. I love you.
That seems sad. Well, let's take the path across the track.
The rider did not make it far.
Thanks, Dema.
Some 200 yards across the track is a body on its back. It stinks. Marks in the dirt indicate someone tried to move it. Its arms are folded over its chest. A once white handkerchief has been used to cover the man's face.
So I can leave the body alone, or I can examine the body. Oh. Do I leave the body alone, which seems to be respectful of the body, or do I examine it because I'm a nosy body? What do I do? Examine the body or leave the body alone? I want your thoughts on this while I drink water, because I don't know what to do here. I can see a case for both. What do you think? It's mysterious to me. Because I think I could use either one of these kinds of stories. It's unclear to me. Well, let's leave the body alone.
Someone, unable to carry the body away, has tried to give the man some semblance of dignity in death. Perhaps it was Mary, too late to elope, but not late enough to avoid seeing the remains of her fiancé. Perhaps it was the man's killer.
Well, I don't know if that was the right choice. I don't know. But let's talk to this person. Let's meet more people. Because meeting people's always good. Rocio.
When was the last time you ever prayed?
Do you want hopeful stories? Because I don't have a
For
lot of
me,
those.
It feels like a lifetime. My hands, I never thought I'd see my hands so worn, rough and yellow from the calluses.
Yeah, we did. The water debt we owe Texas is less than the water debt that has been forgiven Colorado because the reservoir has reached a certain... Wait a minute. What do you mean by water debt, Krellin? Wait a minute. I don't know the little Mrs. and Mr. books. What do you mean water debt? How do you owe Texas water? I don't... Hold on. That sounds like a bunch of shenanigans. Why do you owe them water? What... Explain that to me. The water debt we owe Texas is less than the water debt that has been forgiven Colorado because the reservoir has reached a certain level a couple times. What is this water debt? There's a compact between Colorado, New Mexico, and Texas that mandates how much water from the Rio Grande should be allowed to flow into each state. And they regulate this, I presume, with dams, perhaps? I don't know about that. I I don't know about that. That sounds sketchy.
There's a sting like fiery needles like surging through my fingers. When my hands meet, the pain grows hotter, meaner, and my arm muscles contract as if they wish to rip through the skin.
Oh, okay. So basically, the compact is that state number 1 that's higher along the line. I see. Okay, I get it. So, like, if the water goes from state 1, 2, and 3, that's how the river flows. The compact is there so that state 1 does not take all the water, leaving the Rio Grande completely empty, so that state 2 and 3 don't get to have any water. I assume that that's what that's about. I get it, right? So this way, right, state 1 can't just build a huge dam and then just take all of the water from the Rio Grande, and then state 2 and 3 die. I get it. Okay, I get the point.
And yet, when these hands are picking fruit from the ground, the pain cruelly leaves. Un dolor y 20 centavos. $1.20 y the absence of a prayer. I never thought I'd see myself like this.
Oh. Colorado's been overdrawing. Wait, and so they have water debt, but then they've been forgiven? But then you haven't been forgiven?
Please share a story of hope with me.
I have got stories of hope. But good rains in New Mexico have filled the measuring reservoir, clearing their debt. Oh, that's so interesting. So I'm pretty sure I have a hope story. I want to tell the story of the woman who want to go to church, because maybe she'd like that. I don't know if she would.
What a wonderful
Oh, she likes
story.
it.
We need stories like this to give us strength.
There's a reservoir in Texas that would clear New Mexico's debt too, but it's in a dry place that never gets rain. Huh. You know, water rights. That water rights was the whole plot of Quantum of Solace.
It is through my faith in him that I'm still here.
Oh. Oh, wow. So Texas sues you over water debt, and then you sue Colorado over theirs. That's interesting. Huh.
Though there are times where I wonder if he sees that.
I don't know.
Maybe you have a good, hopeful story to tell?
You want more hopeful stories? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna tell you the one about the seagulls. Because I got a seagull story. That's one of my hopeful ones. The Rio Grande flows into the Gulf of Mexico that forms the Texas-Mexico border. We'll go with the seagulls.
What a good story. I will remember it for a while. I know.
A bit lost, not...
The future. There's a stir amongst the workers going on for years now. Whatever it is, I don't know if it'll work.
I think this is the most open an eye can be.
And if it doesn't, well, just another day for picking grapes.
What's interesting to me is that this is clearly set in the 30s, but there are things that feel 1950s to me in here.
Please share a story of hope with me.
I don't have that many hopeful stories. Like, I'm just telling you. Yeah, or actually just a map of the United States would work too, yeah? I think I've got, the story of the brothers. I think she might like that one. Yeah. I don't know if she'll like it, but we'll go with that.
What a good story.
Well, she liked
I will remember it for a while. I know. Family. There's my mother, my aunts and uncles from her family. Oh, I miss them dearly. Especially the cookouts, the few my father let us attend. I learned to dance from my cousins, so young and filled with energía. I miss them all dearly.
I think this is the most open I can
Maybe
be.
you have a good, hopeful story to tell?
Like, I don't have that many hopeful stories, lady. I'll tell a story of love. She might like love.
What a wonderful story. We need stories like this to give us strength. Love? I'd rather not speak about him ever again. Like his mother used to tell me. Cuanto menos se dice, mejor te curas.
The less you say, the more you're healed.
The least you say, the fastest you'll mend. Now, tell me a funny story. Make me laugh.
Yeah, everybody wants funny stories, but I don't think I have any. I don't think my stories are funny. I can go with a trickster girl, but I don't know if that's funny. I don't know if she'll think that's funny.
That one, it sounds untrue. Did you make it up?
No, it happened to me.
Home, Ecuador. I remember it so clearly. The people and their homes were built from the same mold, vibrant but rough in the inside. Mi padre said it just reminded him of Mexico. And for once in his life, he was right.
Yeah, I just don't have funny things. The determination I felt in the streets of San Gabriel felt no different in Monterrey and Nuevo Laredo.
Well, here is the sun. I must get ready to walk again. I'm going this way. New fields, new work. Besides, you must be tired of listening to me. I'm already talking like una anciana, an old woman at the edge of her deathbed.
No, it's fine. Thank you.
What about you? How do you make sense of your life?
I'm a dead skeleton. That was nice. It was nice to talk to her. I like her. But I do think that the eye with the 3 dots above and below is the maximum. These men lean against the wall of the hardware store, smoking and chatting. They wave you over. You heard this one before? They launch into a group recitation of the hotel haunted by the ghosts of twin toddlers, interrupting one another in their excitement to tell it. You recognize the story. It's the story about the silent twins. Someone's added to it in the meantime, though. What do you think? Asks one of the men, eyes bright. You think that really happened? I'll say, of course. Well, I'm not sure myself, he replies, but damn, it sounds wild. So, my twins story has gone further. I am going to look at my stories one more time to see if there's anything that I can let go. That one is, but I don't have any replacements. No replacements there. Yeah, I think I'm good with what I got right now. It flows up from there into New Mexico and further into Colorado. I want to know why I don't have things. It's fine. So, where do we go from here? So we've gone down from Santa Fe. We went down through New Mexico. I mean, we could try heading... There are a lot of people we haven't spoken to out on the east, though. And I feel like if we head west, we're going to run into people we've already met before, and we're not going to have new stories for them. So I think we should head east. Oh, you're right, I can. Sorry. Yes. Okay. So, this is true. Thank you, Krellin. So, Ice Bunny, do you see this blue right here? This blue line that separates the gray from the different colors and that continues up here into Colorado? This river is the Rio Grande, or the Rio Grande. And it marks the border between Mexico and Texas here. And you can see that it goes through New Mexico and also in Colorado. It's called the Big River. And I believe it starts in Colorado, is that right? Yeah. So the water starts in Colorado and goes through Colorado, through New Mexico, and then down to Texas, Mexico, and into the Gulf of Mexico over here. So the thing is, Ice Bunny, that it starts up here, this river, in Colorado, and it goes all the way down, and there is a compact that was made. This is how Colonel explained it to me. A compact was made between Colorado, New Mexico, and Texas, saying that you can't just take all of the water if you're in the first state. So like Colorado can't just take all the water so that New Mexico and Texas don't get any. They're supposed to leave a certain amount coming through so that people in New Mexico have water. Because if you notice, that's where they're going to get water. Well, they're supposed to get some water, but they can't have it all. They're supposed to leave a certain amount. And then New Mexico is supposed to leave a certain amount for Texas. But apparently, Colorado takes more water than they're supposed to. They take more than they're supposed to. And then, so, you know, there's like a conflict between them all. So, I don't know if we should go east or west. I mean, we're really close to the west coast. We could just head west and then sweep up, and then maybe take a train or something. You know what? I know that there are a lot of people we should talk to out east, but let's continue with our story and go west. I mean, that's the way we're heading. We're going west. No? It's fine. Water rights are always such a big deal, though. And that's Mexico over there. Oh, let me get a ride. Ride? Thank you. We're just gonna hitch a ride. I mean, I suppose on the positive side, we can't be murdered by hitchhikers. Oh, that's a good question. Ice Bunny has a good question. Krellin, why is Texas not suing Colorado? Why are they suing New Mexico? Wait a minute, though. Wait, Krellin, that sounds like you could be in a really bad... Wait, so Colorado owes you water, and then you owe Texas water. But if Colorado takes up all the water, so you can't give enough to Texas, that's not your fault, that's Colorado's fault. Oh, speaking of water, let me go drink some water, since we're talking about hydration. Ooh. That was not 4 ounces, but it was some. Let's check out Phoenix. Wait. Well, what is the water debt forgiveness mechanism, and who forgives the water debt? So who's forgiving the water debt? Let's hear a story. So is New Mexico forgiving their water debt, or is someone else forgiving their water debt? How is their water debt getting forgiven? Politics of water is so interesting. Which is dumb, because it's not like those reservoirs filled because Colorado let water through, but because we got high rains in New Mexico, filling the reservoirs. Oh, okay, so Colorado owes you water, but if you in New Mexico get heavy rains, you're like, that's all right, you don't have to pay it back because we got the extra water here in New Mexico. But then Texas still wants their water. Listen to this, blurts a boy loitering outside this grocery store. He works his way through a long and strange story about a man who had to travel 600 miles to find a single job. There, he finishes. What do you think? The compact, which is federally administered, forgives the debt. Wait a minute. Holy shit, you know this story. It's the story of the couple parted by unemployment, but wildly altered. For a couple of moments, you're too surprised to respond. Seriously, the boy insists. What do you think about that one? It's a great story. He smiled sheepishly. Thanks, he said. I heard it from my little brother. Huh. Let's get a new story. In Phoenix.
An excitable man in dirty suspenders waves you over to a cave mouth.
Partner? Do me a favor, friend. Can you, inspect that cave there? Got 2 bits with your name on them.
Well, first off, that's sketchy as all get out, but alright.
The cave interior
Sure,
is
I'm a
nice
skeleton.
and cool. There's a whole bear hide, treated and tanned, lying on the ground. It'll be a good spot to rest for a time, if not for the human skeleton.
Hey, I have an RPG question. I was just thinking about this. So, in this game, I'm a skeleton. I'm dead. And I assume I can't die, although I actually don't think that's true because I can't take damage. But, like, the choices I make in this game are affected by the fact that I'm a skeleton and am dead. And so they're, like, for example, if it were me in real life and some sketchy dude were like, hey, I'll give you 50 cents if you go into this cave, I would say, no, thanks. And I would back away, be like, no, because you're probably trying to frame me or something super sketchy is going on, and I wouldn't do it at all. Like, that would not be a thing that I would do. But in this game, I'm a skeleton. So, sure, why not? I'll go in a cave. I've already spoken to the devil or whomever, so, like, what do I care what's in a cave? And this becomes interesting because I wonder about running an RPG where all the players are dead. Not vampires where they've got special powers, but where they're just dead, like where they're dead skeleton hobos. I wonder how that would impact how everyone would play the game. I am interested in that concept. I'm going to think on that some more. Let's check the bones.
Back of the skull has a hole about the size of a quarter. You find a slip of journal paper inside the mouth. Normal bones, which Floyd the respectable prospector ain't touched nor seen much, merely stumbled upon during honest business.
I see. Oh, you're gonna get a hero quest box? That's cool, Ice Bunny. The problem really boils down to the fact that Colorado's been using up our water, so northern New Mexico needs to draw too much to make up for it. And when southern New Mexico tries to use water, the state's allotment's already used up. But because most of the Rio Grande is in New Mexico, we get water from rain replenished in the river and yet are not allowed to use that rain. Oh. Hey, Iffy, how are you? Everyone is Vax. Yeah. I think it would be really interesting. Hey, Iffy, speaking of, oh hi. Did you see there's an RPG that I kickstarted called Nawat, and it's like a Mexican RPG, and I'm really excited to see what it's all about. And I think the quick start is open yet. Also, I did Cartel. I'm really excited about RPGs coming out that are from other places. So like Cartel is, I think, done by like a Latino dude out of Magpie Games, the same company that did Bluebeard's Bride. And Nawat is I don't know if it's actually from Mexico. The stuff that I have right now is in English, but they're coming out with a Spanish translation, so that's really cool. And I'm really excited to see, because I want to see games that do other things besides the same things all the time. I want some new stories, and so I'm excited to check out what it does. I'm not a big fan of the drug running thing. I think that Cartel is not a glorification of drug running, but I think it's like a I think it's not a glorification, but like a complication of. If the retro shop still has one left over. Mm-hmm. Nope, there's a playtest of the Revenant race for 5e that some people think is overpowered, but its only racial features are +2 con, you don't stay dead. Like, that's it. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what Nawat will do, to see how they go. And I wonder about, like, death in RPGs. I am, by the way, please note, I'm not against death. I'm not one of those people that think that people shouldn't die. I feel like there are games people are going to die, they're going to die. It's a thing. I'm not even bothered by it. Hey, Levi. You just come back tomorrow. That's interesting, Krellin. So, like, note, I'm not a person that doesn't believe in death. Like, I think death is fine. But I'm also interested in games wherein you not being able to die or not being able to die permanently is in the game. You did get here at a good time. Do you know what I mean? Like, because like, I think there's like a difference. Like, you can have a game wherein your characters can't die, but like it's not. Oh, thanks, Levi. They're not alphabetized yet, so don't judge them. I will alphabetize all of those RPG shelves, and then I will also finish shelving. My brother was such a bad GM. Now I'm going to write a one-shot to teach him. You should do that. So, like, there are games where, like, your characters will never die, but it's not in the fiction. Like, in the fiction, your characters are human and should be able to die, but it's just that the players and the GM have decided that no one will die, so that's like, no death is a meta situation. But I'm really interested in what happens when no death is not a meta situation, but an in-game situation. Sort of like the Revenant for 5e. Like, what would that be like? How does that impact how you play that character in-game? I'm interested in that.
The man jumps out of his suspenders when he notices your return.
Friend! Oh, gave me an awful scare. Making me think you got lost in there. Hey, you see those bones? How do you think that fella croaked?
Well, it wasn't natural causes, that's for certain. I'll just say plenty of bears around here.
The man cups your hands and screams in rapture.
My sly friend, you didn't tell me you're a detective. I'd have never deduced that in a million years.
It's not true.
Lord in heaven, I'm blessed. Blessed.
After he pulls back, you feel something inside your hands.
You know, like 20 years ago or so, I had this idea for a low-powered superhero for Mush that was basically that. He was just a regular guy, except that every time he died, he woke up naked in a dumpster behind a particular specific Wendy's the next morning. See, that's interesting. That is interesting, Krellin. Like, I think that I think there would be something really fascinating about, because even in Vampire the Masquerade, you can still die, right? Like, you're undead, but you can die. But what would happen if you played a character who could not die? But that was it. Like, that's interesting. I want to teach him storytelling, the RPG part. So,
It's a shiny silver coin. Great.
I don't need it. Oh, and he retained memories between deaths, but he didn't remember anything before his first resurrection. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Floyd is such a suspicious prospector. I'm just telling you. Let's go talk to this person, whoever this is. Oh, Dahaya. I know her. I don't know if I've got stories
It started around
from
the
her.
time we would harvest corn. During this season, the Army of the United States of America raided our lands, burned our homes and crops, and killed off our livestock.
So his hero name was John Doe. Oh, that's good. The sun is bad, but that what I say for years. First memories coming to in a dumpster behind Wendy's. That's interesting. They didn't ultimately end up letting me play him, though, because he was too weak for their game. That's a bummer. Because that's interesting.
The Army told my parents that those who did not surrender would be killed or face death in the harsh winter weather. And so my parents surrendered. Thankfully, I was a strong young girl when we were forced to walk over 300 miles to Huildi, or Bosque Redondo, New Mexico territory.
I see you. I see the square. I see the square, Wendy's. I see it.
I witnessed the death
Don't
of
you
many
leave.
of our people. From the wise and caring elderly to the beautiful pregnant women to young babes who were shown no mercy by the U.S. Army.
You would.
Chicas, my friend, I need to laugh. Can you tell me such a story?
Here's the problem. I have no funny stories. What am I supposed to do with this woman? She wants a funny story, and my stories are the opposite of funny. They are like... Like the boy who died in the fields? That's not a funny story. The drunkard lineman who dies? That's not a funny story. You do that cheeky comic thing where they do everything but say the name and draw the logo. Who knows? Maybe I'm a vampy ice bunny, very sweet smile, flashing the fangs. Could be. Faith and trust. Yeah, like, tell the story of the farmer and his children. Okay, we'll go with the... The only problem with that drunk story is that he died. He fell off the line and died, so it's like, not that funny. Ray's Lament. Father... Twerk that skeleton butt, it'll make her laugh. Maybe. The Gaunt Shepherd. The Strange Man Hiding from the Rain, that's also not funny. Killers on the Streets. I mean, I suppose I could tell him the story of the Scarecrow, but that's not really that funny either. Okay, I'll tell the story of Louise Ames' violin. I don't know if that's funny, but... Okay, we'll try the violin if we don't have anything better. Creepy Mill. Lovers. I mean... The trickster who lures humans with magic stones isn't really that funny. Yeah, it's, Bill the cowboy who rode the storm in the Midwest, maybe? Maybe. The dead boy in the grain silo was not, like, Let's go with the Bill the cowboy. Maybe. Fiddle is a funner word.
Oh, I don't have it in my heart to enjoy this story.
Oh?
Joy? It was hard to find any harmony or peace of mind in those days. The morning sun was often the only sign of warmth or hope left in the world.
I'm gonna have trouble with her.
Chickis, my friend. Can you tell me a story that looks to the future with hope?
Yes, I can. I have hopeful stories. Like, it's you know, it's a fast food place. That's what, you know, it's a fast food place. Here, let's tell the story of, Actually, I think that's true, Krellin. I think they're just like a little bit higher quality than, like, let's say, Burger King or McDonald's. Shall I tell the story of the slow-going cart? Maybe... Not sadness. Not the dead woman. Maybe... Well, no, but she wants hope, right? So maybe... The corn farmer? What, you know, maybe I should go with the woman communing with the wood spirits. I never tell that story, and that could be interesting. Maybe she'll like it. I mean, I think it's interesting.
The Dite are like that too. Strong in the face of adversity. That story brings me hope.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Faith? If it wasn't for the medicine on this earth, our traditional language, and all the prayers and stories the elders passed on to us, we might have perished. Knowing that I was a living, breathing creation story has kept me alive in the face of dread and doubt. You have traveled so far. Surely you have exciting stories. Please, tell me one.
I do. But why did her eye not open? Because I would have liked her eye to open. I will tell the stories of, Something exciting? What about the story of... I don't know if I could talk about the killing now. I need something that's like, I don't know. Like, again, a lot of my stories are creepy. Killers on the streets? That's sort of exciting. That's a Chicago thing. We'll do that one. That seems exciting.
I do not wish to spend my time dwelling with this particular sadness, Shikis.
I'm sorry. I thought you would think it was exciting. And their law, their authority, they trampled over the land on horseback, stared down at us and spoke ill of our condition, and then they manipulated our sisters into submission. I thought gangsters would be exciting. They called it bravery and patriotism. We called it cowardice.
Shikis, my friend, can you tell me a story that brings strength to those who hear it?
Yeah, I think she's not... So she wants a hopeful story. Well... I'm gonna go with that weird story about the corn children. I don't know, we're gonna go with that one. That might do something.
This story is very frightening. I do not understand how you can enjoy it.
Yeah, we have had like a bunch of
Another
hits.
person told me the Bilaganas believe in a place called heaven. I imagine this isn't the same spiritual place where our holy people and ancestors have journeyed onto after they passed away. Shikis, my friend, tell me a funny story.
Yeah.
I am sure
No.
you hear many on the road.
I don't have funny stories. My stories are all miserable. And bad. Like, they're not good. The stories are... Yeah, they're not... Like, these are not... Yeah. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, people with funny stories, they're not running around. You're not going to find that funny. I'm going to tell you the story of the strange men. No, I don't even know. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? I'm going to go with the violin story. She's not going to find that funny. But
Some kinds of sadness must be resisted, or it will feed on you.
the drunk
and
dies.
become a tool against you. The past? Ha! They say time heals all wounds. But what about the trauma and harrowing memories from the long walk to Hawilde that will be passed on to our future generations? Look, the sun is rising. My time here is over. I must travel onward this way.
This was a bad time
Will you
hanging out with
travel
her.
there too? If you do, please look for me. I would like to tell you more about the long walk to Hawilde and about what happened to my sister on the way.
I would love to hear it. I would also love maybe to not... Yeah, look at that. That was like a bad... That was bad, everyone. The fact that these people always ask you for stories you don't have... It would be so frustrating. I just need to collect more stories, you know? I need to have more funny stories. That's what I need. I need more funny stories. These men lean against the wall of this hardware store, smoking and chatting. They wave you over. You heard this one before? They launch into a group recitation of the soldier who journeyed 20 years for love, interrupting one another in their excitement to tell it. You recognize the story. It's the story about the soldier who came home to find his girl getting married. Someone added to it in the meantime, though. What do you think? Asked one of the men, eyes bright. Do you think that really happened? I'll say, of course. Well, I'm not so sure myself, he replies. But damn, it sounds wild. So, we're gonna head west, but we're not gonna talk to our woman, our Dine woman, again until we get some funny stories. Like, so our goal is to find funny stories. Stories that'll make us laugh. That will not be, like, miserable. That's our goal, everyone. Funny stories. Make it goofy. Make it ha-ha. We gotta have at least one.
They've taken over a booth at the roadside diner, tables strewn with papers and forms. He's in shirt sleeves, revolver hanging loosely off his chest. She's in a moss green dress from 2 seasons ago and a felt hat that's begun to warp. You slip into the booth next to him.
Tell me again where you saw him last?
He asks.
He was in the car with me. We were just driving down the road.
Who are these people?
So where did you stop the car? He asks. She sounds exasperated.
I told you. I never did.
They have the same accent, same drawl from somewhere in North Texas or Oklahoma. But his is subtler, although he's been trying to shake it for a few years.
I can keep my eyes to myself or turn to look at them. Why don't I just keep my eyes to myself and see what they say?
You try not to disturb them, but in truth, they barely know you're there.
We were going 40 miles an hour when he vanished. All I saw were those damned lights.
In the lingering, baffled silence that follows, you find your cue to leave.
The missing people and the strange lights in the desert. That's some Area 51 Roswell sort of business, isn't it? Maybe. We should be back. Let me see. We are back. Yes. I don't know what that was. Yay! I don't know what that was. I will check my... After the thing is over, I will check my stream summary and find out what was happening. I'm back, everybody. But I've got a new setup so I can see if things go bad pretty quickly. So that's good. But it makes me nervous. Because Saturday's Night Witches, and I want everything to be perfect. So I'm just a little paranoid. I don't know why that was, but that was the first time we had a problem in, 3 streams, I think? So, Saturday. So it looks good. I'm not seeing too much. Yeah, so I don't know what that was. Nigh on Twitches, but I will tell you, it stresses me out because I want everything to be perfect, and I don't want there to be any internet problems. Here, hold on a second. Since I'm here, let me just open up the Twitch Inspector, and it can tell me maybe what happened. Because I'm curious as to what they saw. So, what's today? Today's the 3rd, right? It looked like there was just some sort of unstable event. And I don't know what that means. Yeah, there was some unstable event that got us, and I don't know at all what that means. But at the moment, we're looking good. At least, yes, at the moment, we're looking good. Let me get the chat up, though, so I can see you all. So I can see your happy faces. Whoop. There we go. I have networks. So I suppose that's true. I shouldn't have to worry about it. And I do have network nerds all over this because I was like, it's gonna be on it. We're just gonna drive this van for these women.
You grip the wheel tight
maybe
as sounds of chaos fill the car.
Maybe this will be funny.
The boys have begun to wrestle in earnest on the Chevy's bench.
Llorona!
Their mother hisses. Both boys straighten instantly. In the mirror, you see their stricken expressions.
I know
The only sound
who is the Llorona.
is the baby's soft suckling.
So here's the thing. I know who La Llorona is. So, and if I ask about her, I don't think I'm going to get a funny or hopeful story. But we're going to do it anyway.
You direct the question to the boys in the back, but they don't make a sound. Their eyes are wide and frightened. Patting the infant on the back, their mother chuckles.
Hi, Volpez.
The
How
boys
are
don't
you?
speak another word, even when you part ways down the road.
Yeah, we are looking for hopeful stories, and the stories of La Llorona is not. That's not the way to find them. That's not it. Local legend. There's a ranchera singer. What's her name? Oh, I can't remember her name right now, and she sings a song to Llorona, La Llorona, and it's this amazing song. Chavela Vargas, that's her name. Chavela Vargas, she sings this song, La Llorona, and it is amazing. I don't think she's alive anymore. Oh, is it really? On the Llorona or on Chavela Vargas? Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, in this version, La Llorona laughed so hard she started to cry. It was just so funny. This bar is crowded with people from every walk of life. Businessmen, young men in muddy overalls, and a crowd of girls in slinky dresses, preparing their blood alcohol content for a night on the town. But it's the squat, sharp-eyed man in the fedora who catches your attention. Who will start? Oh, like I want to see it. He launches into a wild story about the scarecrow possessed by the ghost of a vagrant. Halfway through, he stops, recognizing the look on your face. You know this one? You tell him the story about old Barney the scarecrow. That's it? I think I like mine more. Oh my gosh, right? Chavela Vargas is so amazing. For those of you who don't know Chavela Vargas, I'll have to post a video on our Discord because she's amazing, and I like all love to Chavela Vargas. Yeah, she's amazing. Well, yeah, his story's more exciting, sure. So that's why I'll keep telling it my way, he says. Let's get another round and do a competitive test on the other folks here, shall we? By the end of the night, the whole bar agrees the new version is better. It might be because your friend bought them all drinks. Yeah, if you don't know Chavela Vargas, I will post her singing.
You fear your feet will sink into the dry emptiness of the Great Basin. Every step is a syncopated crack of dried ground and salt underfoot. Even the vultures avoid this wasteland.
The new version is always better.
Is there a road you were supposed to be following? Your throat has gone numb.
Seems
I'm
bad.
not sure you ever had a tongue. The lonely iron-colored rock rising from the ground is the first thing you've seen in days.
That's right. She was, if he was saying that about Chavela Vargas, she was known for singing masculine songs without changing the gender and kind of gender bending the genre. Also, she was a lover of Frida Kahlo. She and Frida Kahlo had an affair. That's what they say. So, I mean, she's such so awesome. And she was like, yeah, she had swagger. We will look through the haze.
The air around the stone shimmers drunkenly in the roasting heat, distorting a figure standing before it. A rider, white from the tip of his hat to the slender legs of his horse.
We will look up at him.
The buttons on his coat glint silver in the sun. Dust doesn't cling to his pressed white trousers. You're tired of ghouls and very near done with psychopomps. Time contracts in the heat. Suddenly, he stands all too close.
You know what? We're a skeleton. We're just gonna move closer towards the rider because we're a skeleton. We're not even worried.
Some croaking noises clatter out of your mouth as you beg for water. But he doesn't hear you. He's not here for you. You slide down to your knees as he rides on towards someone else.
I need some water.
Ahead, on what passes for a trail, another horseman, face down on the ground, ragged and empty. His horse dead a few steps before the spot where he was pitched into the sand. The white rider canters toward him, slow but unerring.
Watch out for the pale rider. Yeah, hydrate. That's the thing. The white rider in the desert. So our friend is over there, but we're not going to talk to her because we don't have any funny stories. We don't even really have that many happy stories. We just have sort of grim stories. But we'll get some, I think. Somewhere. Hey, it's Los Angeles. That's exciting. Let's get this story and then talk to a new friend near Los Angeles.
He's parked his car by the side of the road. A luxurious black thing, waxed so that it mirrors the stars in the sky overhead. The desert dust doesn't seem to stick to it. You find the driver, alone, retrieving something from the trunk.
Yeah, let's ask him what he's doing. Hey, buddy, what are you doing?
Well, what's it look like I'm doing?
He asks, as though it's obvious.
Yeah, we're hanging out with you, Iffy, right now.
He doesn't sound like the Okies driving on the road west. He has the cold tones of an educated New Englander. The pointed feet of a tripod dig into the coarse sand, hoisting his telescope heavenward.
So you're far from home, but you're staring at the stars. I don't remember which one we need more of. If we need more suns? We're going to say you're far from home, because I think we might need more suns.
You could say that.
He says, idly turning a knurled brass dial on the side of the eyepiece.
Wasn't really home to me, you know.
Maybe he's peeping on someone. Well, how do you mean?
He searches for the right words, but his answer sounds like it isn't at all what he meant at first.
Too much light,
He says,
it's all the damn electric power. Can hardly see the stars anymore. Had to find a place where the night sky is clear.
Okay. All right, astronomer in the desert. So there's a person. Here's Los Angeles. Here, we'll enter Los Angeles. We'll find out about the city of Los Angeles. It's not long before you've seen every symbol of this cruel, beautiful place. I was thinking of boob checks at the beach, but this may be more Australian. I don't know what that means. I don't know what boob checks at the beach are. Ice Bunny? Don't know it. The palm trees, the sea, oil wells nodding in the fields. Some sidewalks leak tar. Sun beats down. In this light, everyone's gorgeous. Let's explore.
in this plaza, jacaranda trees nestle among adobe structures. A man sits in the shade of the largest one, plucking notes on his guitar. Wind rustles their branches and stirs up sounds of shouting, truncheons on flesh. An old woman fanning herself looks up at the noise.
Yeah, neither one of these things is going to be good, because this is a devil one, so again, this is not going to be funny or hopeful. Let's talk to the woman.
When you ask her about the shouts, she sighs. Voices from the riot. Police stormed the plaza, rounded up everyone in it, put them on a train to Mexico. Even people who were born here, like my brother. Intellectuals, socialists, and artists used to gather here. Now, a branch scrapes at a freshly painted wall. A man shouts at another to run towards Bunker Hill. Memories, she finishes. But those of us left, we don't forget. We're still here. History is a palimpsest. Voices linger, echoes that resonate when we listen.
That's a sad story. The lingering voices of the repatriados in Los Angeles. Yeah, well, we're gonna leave. Oh, we're heading up north, everyone. see what we can find. This is Highway 1. It's a beautiful highway. It goes along the coast. It's super slow. It will take you like 13 hours. Yeah, the whole roundup. It'll take you a really long time to get from LA to San Francisco if you take the one. It's beautiful, but, you know, I don't recommend it. Let's search.
The steady spin of the lasso is hypnotic.
Help me out here.
Says the man.
Another devil.
I've been hunting this horse a long time. Extra pair of hands, make sure she doesn't get the better of me.
I was driving up on the one at one point in time. I was like, oh, let's just take the one. I didn't realize how long it took. It takes maybe like 5.5, 6 hours to drive. It takes like 6 hours to drive from LA to San Francisco if you take the 5. And you drive within the speed limit. You can get there like 5.5 otherwise. And I was taking up the one. I was like, oh, let's take the one. And I was taking the one, and it was beautiful. And then like it moves away from the coast for a long time, and you're like, this is going to take us another like, it's going to take us a long time. So I just cut over to the 5. Well, isn't Bondi Beach not known to be a topless beach? But I guess that's not a thing. I don't know Bondi Beach. Yeah, it is, yes, right. It's the trip, not the destination. That is correct. I don't know Bondi Beach. I don't know Bondi Beach. I don't know where in the U.S. Bondi Beach is. I don't know. Most beaches are not topless in the U.S. I realize that in Germany people are topless everywhere, including on rivers, on riverbanks. But in the U.S. most beaches are not topless. You can't be topless in the U.S. Bondi Beach is a famous beach in Australia. Yes. Yeah, no, we don't have bunches of topless beaches in the U.S. There are beaches where it's legal, but they're not the norm. Some private beaches also, you can be topless on private beaches, but topless beaches are not the norm in the U.S. Yeah. When I was in Germany, people would be just like topless, nude, all over the place. There's yeah, like there are just a lot of naked people in Germany, like just naked people. Yeah, so that guy was not creeping on topless girls. Lucky him. Well, women can't be topless. Women's toplessness is dictated by state. That is correct, Krellin. For instance, it's legal for a woman to be topless in New York. That is true. That's like a new law, isn't it? There's like new topless allowances. Because I think there was like they just got. I think people sued to allow women to be topless. Why this horse?
She belonged to someone who wronged me. Butch slipped out of this world before I could square things between us, but damn did he love this horse.
He grins.
If she bucks real hard, haul on the rope. Buy me some time.
I'm gonna ask what you're gonna do with this horse first, though.
He's dead. His old crew, though, they're still around. They'll bust a gasket when they see me ride in on his horse.
His hand hovers over the handle of his knife.
And then
He grins.
What?
Let's get this done.
I'm not helping this dude. You didn't go to Eastern Germany? Yeah, for New York, it's just been, yeah. Well, I didn't go to Germany until 1992, and so the wall had fallen by that time, right? Because the wall fell in 89. So when I was in Germany, there was no longer an East Germany, the country. But if you just mean the eastern part of Germany, no. That's true. It's all about female presenting nipples. That's what it is. I was stationed in Augsburg, Germany, in Bavaria, and I didn't have really vacation time because I was freelance, so I didn't travel much. So I never made it to Jena or any of the parts of Eastern Germany. Later, I did a research trip to Berlin to do some research on the comedian harmonists, and Friedrich Hollander, which in Berlin is on the eastern part. But I've not hung out in East Germany. I'm not helping this guy.
He ignores you or doesn't hear. The lasso loops around the horse's neck on the first throw. The rope's in your hands before you realize he's put it there. He slips smoothly onto her back and grips with his knees. She fights, though, bucking hard enough to jar him loose.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop the rope. I'm not helping him.
He slips, tumbling into the dirt, and narrowly avoids being trampled under her heels. The man rolls to his feet, pulling the knife.
Fucking hell! You stupid or just got a death wish?
It's time to run.
Yeah, I'm running, but I'm not helping that dude murder some horse. Yeah, but they still have a shortage of bathing clothes, so they hop in the water all naked. In Australia, this whole area is like all that part of the state. It's a lot of, like, this is the Central Valley. A lot of agrarianness, but we are going to go around and see if there's a story up there. But anyway, I'm not helping that guy kill that horse. Also not a hopeful, uplifting story. Side note. I just want something like... But also Europe has a lot more women's toplessness in general. Right, like you'll just have women's toplessness on billboards, like topless women on billboards and in magazines. And we are not super into that in the US. We're like a mix between like super prudish and also hypersexualizing things. Yeah. So we don't do like topless women in regular magazines. No, Vulpes, you're correct. This is the Depression. There's a reason why I can't find happy stories.
Flees across the desert, and the house cat follows. They're equals in speed and finesse. A miniature portrait of lion and gazelle. This drama of nature captivates, even though, if you're honest, the whole spectacle's mostly just adorable.
Maybe this is a positive one?
The hare turns as it lands and carries the momentum forward. The house cat reacts too slow, skids past, putting distance between the two critters. The hare races past you. Are those? No. Couldn't be.
Vulpes
This
knows.
jackrabbit has antlers.
That's a jackalope. Huh. So I'm going to cheer for the jackalope. Go, jackalope.
Your mighty whoop fills the
Jernos.
jackrabbit with determination. It turns and thrusts its antlers at the cat, little teeth bared like needles. The house cat hits the brakes and bolts the other direction, twice as fast as before.
Are you in the 1820s and ankle so scandalous? Fast as fast as me. No, we're just, we are not as big on naked boobs as you all are in Europe. It's, U.S. is a different, U.S. and the Europe are different culturally. We're not the same. We have different things going on. I think I'm slightly tired. That was a pretty good story, right? The story of the jackalope? I think that was pretty good. I'm going to swap out a story, though, because I want... Yeah, we save our boobs for the movies. Although we have far fewer boobs in movies as we used to have. Oh, wow. I have a lot of stories. Some of these are much nicer stories. What do we have? Let's change that one with the... Okay, the little girl with the wheelbarrow around Milwaukee, she was sort of funny. And the monster in the maelstrom, let's go and have that be... For real, that's Wolperdinger, Trooper. You didn't see them in Bayern too? We call them a jackalope, is what we call them. Yeah. Boobs, nipples. Boobs are everywhere. It's true, it's about nipples. Women Who Study Dust Storms. That's sort of fun. Strange Soil Surveyor around Dubus. Let's, look, I have some more happy stories where swapping them out. Maybe let's do the farmer cursed to grow only dust is pretty depressing. So let's not do that one. Let's do the jackrabbit and the cat. So these, I've just switched out my stories there to things that seem a little bit less dire, and maybe we can find something a little bit better. Yes, boob. Let's see if we can find... Okay, so Johnny Appleseed is fully open. Is it then about them being the milk bar for babies? Oh, but actually, breastfeeding in public is also not necessarily cool in many parts of the country. Again, we're just a kind of a prudish country. The bald eagle. The lost ring could be sort of positive because we found it. We're going to try to swap out some stories and see if we can find some positive things here. Boobies. Let's see. We're not going to go with that strange bush. That creeps me out. What is this here? What do we have? Missing people and the strange lights in the desert. Well, I don't... We did that one. What is this? The tower. The mother known for the insecticide. Drunkard lineman. Boobies! The clownish corpse who'd claimed he'd lived forever in the Southwest. That could maybe be a good story that's funny, maybe. I mean, it's a little gruesome, but maybe people will find it amusing. I know, Anna is such a genius. Let's go with... The bull who terrorized travelers. Oh, and we can... Astronomer in the desert. And... Yeah, alright. Tell us with your fast... Vulpes, I appreciate that you used the pipe emote to evoke a Freud. I think that was very good. That's... Yeah, no, we're, this is a... I don't know if... Did I tell you... Have I... Oh, hey, look. There's something over there that looks like something I want to explore. I don't know if I can make it... Oh, hey, yeah, I can. Woo! Well, it starts off normal, then I'm sure it'll get bigger. So I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if I told you the story about the naked guy in Germany. There are a lot of things here in California. We can make it. So I was living in Germany, and I moved there when I was 20 in 1992. So I'm like young, right? And well, the story will get embellished, I'm sure. So I'm living in Germany, right? And I'm 20, and I'm hanging out with. And one of the things I did, first things I did when I got to Germany, was that I got German friends. Like, I didn't hang out with just army people, which is what a lot of people do. They hang out with just army people, but I hung out with Germans, and I was learning German. And one of the things I did to learn German was I watched crime shows. Because crime shows have the same plot. Someone's murdered, the detective has to figure out who did it, and usually we know who did the murder, and we just watch it. So you get the context, and you learn the story, right? So you can learn the language because you know the context, etc., etc. So I was watching Tatort, which is a German crime show, and in it there was a couple who had just had sex, or they'd had sex the night before. Nonetheless, they were in bed together. And I was already a little scandalized. This is like on regular television, Tador. It's like at 9 o'clock. It isn't even that late. And I was like, oh, surprised because, you know, in American TV shows, when a couple have been in bed together, a crime procedural, the blanket is like down at the waist of the guy, but like up here at the shoulders of the woman, like that kind of L-shaped blanket, so that like it covers up her boobs, but it doesn't cover up his chest, right? And that's what the blanket looks like. But her boobs were just out there. So like both of them were just have the blanket around their waist, and I was like, oh no. This was one of the Lena Odenthal Tators, who was my favorite. So I was like, oh no, you can see boobs on TV. I'm so scandalized. And then, okay, the phone rang, and the guy gets up out of bed and walks across the room to pick up the phone. And he's completely naked. I mean, he's full frontal naked. Full naked. And I just looked completely shocked to see a man's penis on television. And all of my German friends just busted up laughing. They laughed so hard. They were like, why are you so scandalized, you prudish American? And I was like, this man is naked on television. Like, we get scandalized when you can see a man's butt on TV. And they just laughed, and they're like, what would you think he'd be doing? It's like, he'd probably be wearing underwear. And they're like, he just had sex with someone. Why would he be wearing underwear? I was like, yes, I realize it makes no sense. And I realized that, you know, it was yeah. And it was just one of those things where I realized in that moment how, like, because, you know, you don't know cultural differences until you go to a different place. And there I was in Germany, and there was this moment where I was confronted with my own American biases, the ways in which growing up in American culture had sort of colored the way I saw things. And yeah, but those are cable, right? Like, they're cable. And they're like, ooh, cable. And this wasn't even cable. This was just like regular German network television, not cable, late at night, just like, it'd be like if you're watching, I don't know, NCIS or something, and then like there's Wang everywhere. It was just a little shocking. And then I felt stupid for being shocked. I felt like I was a prudish American, even though I didn't really think of myself as a prudish American. You know. Oh, by the way, we're going to do a giveaway for Resident Evil Revelations. So just say something in the next 5 minutes, and then you'll be entered in for the Resident Evil giveaway. Wang Everywhere was a great family comedy. I don't know if they roam free. Also, that's HBO, so yes. ARD is like PBS. Yeah, so you just wouldn't, yeah, no. NCS isn't full of Wang, says Krellin. Why watch? Right, what you do is you pay for Wang. That is what's going on. And see, Vulpes is correct. It's so funny. Even now, when we have full frontal in American movies, they often wear a prosthetic penis, so it's not a real penis. Maybe if you would watch more crime, you know, if there is full frontal. I mean, it's so funny. I think in Boogie Nights, right, which was about pornography, there's a scene where Mark Wahlberg shows his Wang, but it's not his actual Wang. It's a prosthetic because apparently, you know, it's okay to show it in a movie if it's not the real penis, but if it's the real penis, then it's too scandalous. We're so funny in the United States. I find it amusing.
The time?
The old timer elbows you as you try to get a look from the edge of the pen. Thick dust kicking up from the Bronco's hooves. The cowboy's body swings like a reed being whipped in the air. He doesn't fall quite yet.
You know what? I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't know if he'll make it.
I've been watching this for years.
You can hear him masticate something inside his leathery jaw. Tobacco, probably.
Never know till it's over.
PPW, Paper Wang. I feel like Paper Wang, if you mix it with like pay-per-view wrestling, that would be a whole different thing altogether. I saw a German soap opera, and they really didn't need much of an excuse for nudity. That is true. Most of the Germans I hung out with just watch football on TV, though. Yeah, well, see, it was football and also crime procedurals. And then maybe Lindenstrasse, which was one of their soaps. We'll keep watching.
The cowboy's body seems to bend entirely around itself as he sails through the air, propelled by one last buck from the horse. He lands back first on the sand with a puff of dust and a pained grin.
Rodeos. Southwest. Hey, here's a line. A southwest-northwest line. Huh. Poor you, Levi. I had no time for football. I'd bring a book. Did they... Wait, Lindenstrasse has been stopped? It's no longer happening? No way. Wow. I didn't know that. That's sort of a bummer. We're going to get more stories and meet more people, and I hope that we have something positive. Been binging the British show Silent Witness, and there are regular full body nude shots of the bodies to be autopsied of both genders. Wait, why? Why did I die? Wait, why did I die? Why did I die? Everybody, I just died. Why?
Bad luck again, but there's no shame in dying. Everyone does it.
Why did I die?
You still have a job to do. But if you want to learn anything more from me, now is the time.
Why did I die? I was just walking towards San Francisco. I didn't even do anything.
And I'm sure we'll end up seeing more of each other before you're through.
Why did I die? What did I do? I want to know why I died. Oh, he wanted my stories, do you think? Huh. But I was only half exhausted. I wasn't full exhausted. I didn't even have, like, the full exhaustion thing going on. It was only a half exhaustion thing. So, we can ask him questions. I want to ask about the devil, because why am I getting so much of that? Oh, I can ask about stories. Oh. Okay, I can ask about stories. I want to ask about... There are a couple things I want to ask about, but I don't know if I have them up anymore. I want to ask about the strange men hiding from the rain, because that was really weird. Lindenstrasse was not the first soap in the world. Maybe it was the first German soap, but it wasn't the first soap in the world. I want to know about that, because that's weird to me. Well, I get to tell him
It's a big country, and if you're having trouble making headway, hop a train, hitch a ride.
In England, I think one of the oldest, longest-running soaps might be The Archers from the UK. No, because I've been full before. Because you can be full for a while, and I only just became half exhausted, so I don't think that would have been enough to kill me. That would have surprised me. First in Germany. In the 80s? That's pretty late. I want to know about... I want to know about... Oh, I want to know about the fortune teller, because she was afraid of him. I want to know about that.
It's hard to tell when it happens, but I know that luck is affecting what you see and do. Think how different it could be if you were more or less lucky.
Oh, I think Krellin, it was either Krellin or Ger who told me that the person doing the voice of the wolf is Sting. So, that's interesting. Let's see if we can find out about... I want things that are, a bit mysterious. So when I play it again, you can listen for Sting. I think I want to know more about... the creepy mill, because that was creepy. Must have been Krellin. Probably.
You met my family. They're yours now, I suppose.
What?
Who do you think we were playing with? They're an odd lot, but whose family isn't?
I think it was you, Krellin. I want to know about that strangely clean tent city. Krellin's always got really cool facts.
Are you noticing that maybe time isn't as solid as you thought? There are some people you meet from the future, sure. They all have important things to say.
Oh, okay. That's fair, because I was noticing that some people didn't feel like they were from the 30s, and so, alright. He sounds like you. Oh, I want to know about the Louise Ames violin, because what is that about?
On the one hand, the past is dead and gone. On the other, it seems like it always has lessons to teach that no one ever learns. Go on your way, Seeker. I'm sure we'll meet at least once more. Think about what we've discussed.
That's very
And
ominous.
good luck on the rest of your task.
I wonder if this was a... I'm back in Los Angeles. Huh. Not Sting? Not Sting. Hey, wait. Oh. There are people we can talk to here. So, that's right. She's down there, but I don't think we should talk to her. Because we're not good at that happy stories yet. They bopped us back down to Los Angeles, everyone. Hey, while we're contemplating this, we are heading up north, and we're gonna head to Seattle. Also, why are some of these dim? No! Emperor Sock, why is your internet... You know what? My internet was acting up at one point in time as well, which I did not appreciate. Sting did the direwolf. Oh. Okay. But isn't that the direwolf? I feel like that's the direwolf. By the way, we're gonna get our winner. Our winner for Resident Evil Revelations. Hey, Crit Witch. Woo! Krellin, it's you. It is you. You are the winner. Krellin, you want it? Do you want it? Do you want Resident Evil Revelations? I want to say relevations, but that's not a word. Do you know what I mean? So I should not say relevations because, again, not really a word. But, you know, I still... Okay. Let's see. If it is not a game you will like, no worries. We will do it again. Who's our new winner? Tell me. Oh, that's not even how you spell winner. That's why it wasn't telling me anything. Hold on. Go. Tell me. Who? Iffy. 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 Congratulations. Woo! Oh, I'm so glad I can give Iffy a game. Iffy, I'm going to give you the Steam code for Resident Evil Revelations. 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 Why do I want to say revelations so badly? I don't know why I do, but I do. Here. Iffy, I'm whispering you the Steam key code. Congratulations. That's really awesome. It is yours. So all of these codes come from the Humble Bundle, which I have I've got the monthly Humble Bundle, but I'm on a Mac, so I can't play all the games. But I sent it to you. No, the Ethernet connection has not been fixed yet. They don't, Relevation. Big changes of Relevation, it's true. They don't know what is going on with the Ethernet. You think it makes you SimSick? It's not VR, is it? It is a scary game. Is it third person Resident Evil? I think yes, maybe yes. Crit Witch, it has not been fixed. They have no idea what's going on and why it's being weird. So I'm on Wi-Fi, and there's nobody in the building, so like all the Wi-Fi, I've got it all to myself. So that's not really a problem. But I don't know. It's a shooter third person. Do third person shooters make you SimSick? Do they make you SimSick? Tell me, Iffy. Tell me. Iffy, you must tell me. I need to know. All right. So let me see. How about... Okay. So I have a question for you. Iffy. How about if Resident Evil Revelations will make you sick, how about Perfect Date, a visual novel dating sim? How about that? Tell me. Because I can send you Perfect Date, a visual novel dating sim instead, because as a VN dating sim, that should not make you SimSick. And it's, I think it's about dating cats, is what I think. That is my suspicion. I could do that one. All right, good. I will send that one to you instead. So, Iffy, you have one for today. Perfect Date, a visual novel dating sim. Yay. There. I will give away Resident Evil a different time. That is what I will do. And, Iffy's so excited about a cat dating sim. I'm excited for Iffy. That is the best. That is the best thing ever. And I am so glad that I could send you a game that you will not get sick for and that you are excited about because there are cats. That, El Gato out on the town. So good. I'm so excited about this. Ooh, I think we need to go to Utah? Maybe? I don't know why I died. But we're gonna camp here. I'm so excited. Ooh, Bertha. By Emily Short. I know her.
You been in California long? It's been a few years for me, but they still call me Okie. I came west when our farm stopped growing anything but a crop of dust. But when we got here, there were so many others here before us.
I love all the voice acting in this.
Maybe you've got less need behind you. I hope so, for your sake. Been so long since I last chuckled, I'm not sure my mouth can do it anymore. Can you tell me a story that'll make me laugh?
Everybody wants happy stories. So here's the thing. I have a story of a jackalope. And I feel like the jackalope... Oh no, I'm gonna go with the little girl in the wheelbarrow around Milwaukee. She might like that one. That could be funny.
Give me a moment just to catch my breath.
She likes it. It's good. I got one.
Home is a place from when I was a child. And the snow was heavy in the winter.
Okay, got it.
And the crops came up and the soil stayed on the ground.
Ice Bunny says, I asked my boyfriend about 4-inch heels we talked about the other day, and he prefers my ankles not broken. So I look for flats now. Yeah, don't break your ankles.
Home's not there anymore.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, I'm looking for a good laugh. Do you know any funny stories?
Everybody with the funny stories, huh? Everybody wants funny stories all the time. Okay, so I think I'm going to try to find that jackalope story. I don't remember where it was, but certainly not with the devil. But maybe she'll like our jackalope story? Oh, we also have that dead body that won't die. That could be good. Yeah, 4-inch heels is something you work up to. That, like, takes some work. I'm gonna try the clownish corpse. She might like it.
Oh, my sides hurt.
That's 2 funny stories. That is 2 funny stories, everybody. I mean, for me, if a person wants to wear them, fine. But if you're trying to wear them for me or whatever, then be comfortable. I like the way you look. If you like the way you look, then cool. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I've seen death.
That's, yeah. I mean, that's me. Like, if you want to wear 4-inch heels, 5-inch heels, you want to wear, like, some 10-inch heels, you do what you want to do. But you don't need to do it for me, you know?
Back home, we used to have a big cattle barn. Along comes a twister and picks that barn right up a half a mile in the air. What rains back down is all little pieces of wood with nails in them. I've had a hard day. Do you know any hopeful stories to cheer me up?
I do. I do know hopeful stories. By the way, those that have Prime, this month has Prime Loot for a few chapters of Orwell. So here's the thing. I'm on a Mac, so I can't use Prime Loot, because I believe Prime Loot is only for PCs. Because that's how that is. Yeah. So I've got a story of the seagulls. She'll like that.
That's a good one. I'll try to remember it when I'm out in the fields.
Platform heels. Honestly, Ice Bunny, I think those shoes you posted the other day are meant to be bought together. Wear the 4-inch heels to start, even then switch over to the more sensible shoes at some point. Yep. Or maybe start ankle strength training. Okay.
Future? Now this is how I feel about the future these days. You know how sometimes you look out in the horizon, you see the dust clouds shaping up out there, this curved brown wall. You hope it'll blow itself out before it gets to you. But it probably won't. Been so long since I last...
I think I'm back up. Yes, I am back up. So, woo! So here's the thing, folks. We got kicked off, and I was trying to, you know, I clicked off my game show, clicked back on again, and it told me that it couldn't find the server. So I think that might have been a Twitch problem and not a me or my internet problem. But of course, all of this makes me super paranoid because Night Witches is on Saturday, and I want everything to be perfect. And so I'm like, oh, anytime there's a weirdness, it weirds me out. But I think this was, I don't think this was actually me. Yeah, I think this might not have been me.
For enough seed to plant the next year.
I'm gonna keep checking, you know, but when I finish, I'm gonna check the Twitch inspector and see what's up. But I think, despite all my paranoia, this one might not have been me. This might have actually been Twitch. I cannot say for certain, but those are my current thoughts on that one. Perfect is an illusion. Perfect is an illusion. Well, hold on. I'm going to... Well, if it cuts out, that is the end of the world. Because you don't want to, like... it is a wonder that computers work at all. you don't want to miss things. So I want to be able to, I've got a new setup where I can see the stream happening. So if anything goes, as long as I'm looking back at it fairly regularly, I should be able to catch it if something weird happens. Reality is the illusion. Yes. Iffy, will you do me a favor and like leave a review and like tell us how the game is when you like go to the Discord and tell us about how the game is, because I want to know. Tell us what it's like, because I want to know, because I can't play it, so you have to tell us what it's like. All right, so thank you. So we're back. Let's find out about this Oki woman. We've been doing so well. And I think
Anyway, I'm looking for a good laugh. Do you know any funny stories?
I really don't, actually. But I don't think I need any funny stories with you. I think I've unlocked your chapter, so I think I can ask about family. Oh, very cool.
That hope doesn't ring true to me. Family's the people you have to share your food with. The ones you don't show to the door when supper is coming, no matter how little there is in the pot. After we'd been here a while, my husband wanted to go back to Oklahoma. But I knew there was nothing for us there anymore. I said I wasn't going back there to starve to death.
Ooh.
So he took the girls and went without me.
Ouch. That's rough. So come for the pussy, stay for the tail? Ooh! I cannot wait for you to tell us, like, the story about how this goes.
And now, I'm going my own way. Down the road this way, actually, to the next job. On and on and on. What about you? Where are you going? What are you leaving behind?
So, I did very well with her. Here's the thing. I now actually have some funny stories, so I think I can find that woman and talk to her. And I think we should try it. And just see if maybe some of our funny stories will make her like us. Just a little bit. We probably shouldn't talk to her so soon after striking out so badly last time. But I really want... She's right here. She's right here. So we're gonna try it. This is probably unwise and a bad idea, but we're gonna do it. It's a bad move, everybody. But this is our chapter 2.
I am glad that we have met again, Shikis, my friend. I did not finish my story for you before.
I know.
There is more I want to tell you about the long walk to Hawiliti. The U.S. Army treated the Ting with such cruelty. However, the hope of returning to our home one day kept us going, even through the savagery inflicted upon us by the Bilaganas. Shikis, my friend, tell me a funny story. I am sure you hear many on the road.
I know some funny stories, as it turns out. I have a funny story for you that maybe you will like. Like the story of the clownish corpse who claimed he'd live forever in the Southwest. I am.
That one made me smile.
Yes.
He told it well.
Thank you. She liked my story.
Our people saw so much death and savagery done to them by the hands of the Bilaganas. It changes a person, a tribe, and even a land. But the hope of returning home kept us going. Shikis, my friend, can you tell me a story that looks to the future with hope?
I did make a funny. How many frustrated storytellers are roaming across the U.S. wanting to please this woman? So many. We don't even know. All right, so I need some hope. And I feel like I have some hopeful stories. Like, for example... the story of the slow-going cart around Louisville? Maybe? I know, it's a funny story.
That was a good story. It pleases me to hear about people taking strength from each other, or from the land, or from themselves.
Okay, everybody.
The future they see? Someone told me that the Bilaganas believe in a story that foretells the end of the world.
I know, right? I never thought, I was like, that corpse story doesn't seem that fun, but hey, all right.
I remember
worked.
thinking,
It
what kind
worked.
of sickness or witchcraft would bring about such a story?
I don't know.
Shikis,
Yes?
my friend, can you tell me a story that brings strength to those who hear it?
Well, I don't know if I can. You're like, this woman, she wants all the stuff. Maybe I can tell you the story of the brothers who sought one another for 50 years and their spirits still search today. Let's think about that one. If not, I could tell the story of the dubious but promising miracle growth formula in the Midwest. Because that could be positive. Yeah.
The Dingle are like that too, strong in the face of adversity. That story brings me hope.
Okay, everybody.
Our home.
Yes.
We were so far displaced from the four sacred mountains. The landscape changed. There was no canyon. The crops did not grow in abundance. And the ancestors became a whisper that rode on the breeze when the wind came in from the west. Since that day we stepped foot on Hawildi, we were being beckoned home. Shikas, my friend, I need to laugh. Can you tell me such a story?
No, I cannot. But instead, I will tell you a story of travel. I will tell you the story of the strange men hiding from the rain near Pierre. Yeah. But we're going to hold off because she's going to want more of those stories. We don't have that many
And
of them.
you enjoy this story. It is too dark for me, Shikas. Travel. As we passed Tuzidza, I realized that it was the furthest away I had been from home. We were forced to walk over dark, coarse rocks that caused some people's feet to bleed. I held on tight to my medicine pouch, assisted the elders, and tramped forward. Shikas, my friend, tell me a funny story.
No.
I am sure you hear many on the road.
No, I cannot do that for you. But I will tell you a story of freedom. And I will tell you the story about the white deer around New York City.
Some kinds of sadness must be resisted,
My
or
sources are
it
not
will
very
feed
happy.
on you and become a tool against you. Freedom. If you ask me, the only choice a free person has out here in this newly forming country is to steal, cheat, lie, and murder. But I refuse to succumb to those sick and wicked ways. And now the sun is rising. I must prepare to leave. I have a long walk this way.
We did a really good job. We
Tonight I wondered,
We did.
what memory do we carry in our blood? What will be passed on to our children through the power of witnessing and feeling the harsh flecks of humanity like sparks from a fire landing against the skin?
It's interesting because there is some. I was reading something about generational trauma being carried in
I am
one's genes.
left wondering what will become of our culture and our people once this cycle of inhumanity has run its course.
It's a very good question. That's deep.
We sing our way through it and look to the holy people for strength and protection. There is an overwhelming vitality in our songs. What songs help you to heal and persevere, Shikas?
We did it, everyone. That was good. I'm gonna hear a story. The waitress at this diner is sharing an outlandish tale with one of her regulars. I heard it from my sister-in-law, she says. It happened to her daughter's friend, it's true. She notices you listening. Hey, have you heard this one before? Which one? She regales you with a story about Pecos Bill, the cowboy who tamed the wind. Halfway through, you realize it's the story of Bill, the cowboy who rode into a storm, but highly embellished. What do you think about that? The waitress exclaims. It's an interesting tale. Sure is, she agrees, and true, every word of it. So, I'm feeling good about that. I feel like maybe I just died because I didn't do anything bad. It just was time for me to die. Like maybe, like that's a thing that happens. I want to see if I can get a, like what if it's like acts? Like what if there's like act 1, act 2, and one of the acts you die? Like in between each act, you just like straight up get killed by the devil or whomever. Yeah, yeah. No? Oh, hey. Who's there? Who's hanging out right here? Who is that? Is that her again? Maybe they do go backwards. You're alive on a ship to the United States. I think that might be our friend, and we just talked to her, so I do not want to talk to her again, because I don't think that'll work out well. Nope. I'm gonna get a ride. Here. Give me a ride. Apparently not. Ugh. Why don't they want to let a skeleton hobo take a ride with them? Like, I'm not a bad person. I mean, sure, I'm a skeleton, but I don't think they can see that. Give me a ride. Oh my gosh. Alright, come on, give me a ride. It's getting dark. Give me a ride. Give me a ride. Thank you. Oh, I finally got a ride. I was very concerned about that, because this is a long trip, you know? You don't want to walk all the way from San Diego up to San Francisco. That is not a walk you want to take. Oh, hey, look. That's a thing that I don't think I need right now. I don't think. Maybe I did have to be looking at them to, like, guilt them into taking me along. I mean, that's entirely possible. Hey, it's San Francisco. That's my hometown, sort of. I was not born there, but I did grow up there. And, you know, it's like my hometown. Okay.
A weathered man unties a fishing boat from its mooring.
You heading out to fish? Can rent you a boat if you like. The lake's well stocked, but...
He isn't smiling anymore.
What's the matter?
There's a monster in the lake.
Oh.
Locals say it's the biggest trout ever to live. But they're wrong. It's not a fish. Something else. And I'm gonna be the one to catch it.
I think I have enough of those, so I'm gonna go with Watch from the Shore.
Someone passes a beer into your hand. Waves of chatter wash over you as you listen to the fisherman's stories.
Will's been chasing that fish for years now.
Man tells you.
I don't think he'll ever catch it. It's good fun to watch him try.
Eventually, the convivial chatter is broken by a huge splash. Willie floats in the middle of the lake, his boat upturned, his cap bobbing gently several feet away.
Almost had him that time.
He splutters through a mouthful of water.
Almost had him.
I wonder if that's a funny story. The man obsessed with the fish, that could be a funny story. let's, I mean, right, San Francisco is nice. Right there, that's the Bay Bridge. This one right here. And right over there, that's the Golden Gate Bridge. So we're going to enter San Francisco and see what they have to say about my hometown. Huge crowds gather on the street corners as they wait for never-ending streams of automobiles and cable cars to rumble past. You can see the Golden Gate Bridge taking form against the horizon. Let's explore.
Your knees make a nasty cracking sound with every step. Wandering this infernal city of steep hills takes its toll.
There are very steep hills.
Just over the crest of one hill, you find a stopped truck. Yang Chow, fresh fruit and vegetables. It's laden with colorful produce.
I think Willie was a drunk boater. Don't drink and boat. Don't drink and boat. Let us approach.
You know anything about engine?
Asks a man, obscured by the raised triangular hood of the truck.
A little bit.
You come around next to him. One glance tells you that there's nothing obviously wrong with the engine. But there's smoke coming from somewhere deep behind and beneath it. The gearbox, maybe.
And out there off the coast, that's just Alcatraz. Can't fix
never
it.
Mind. He just slams down the hood of the truck, wisps of smoke leaking out of it. He sits on the edge of the truck bed. You get a good look at him. He's tall, well built, fans himself with his Panama hat.
Sent my brother over to get a real mechanic, but
San Francisco's a beautiful city, but the San Francisco I grew up in doesn't exist anymore, and that makes me sad. It looks like you can walk Lombard Street faster than driving down it with all the tourists. There are a lot of parts of San Francisco you probably just don't want to drive in general.
well, I can barely keep this running as it is. Wish I still had the farm.
He sighs theatrically, surprising himself with his own easy honesty.
Sam Liang, landless, broke truck driver. Dad would have been proud.
I'm going to ask what happened to his father.
My old man was, well, he was old. Guys like him didn't get a lot of chances to start a family.
He glances around the upwards parabola of the hill, at the placid row houses around you.
I was just a kid when it happened. The '06 quake. I can still remember. Barely.
The '06 quake. Yeah. We still talk about it in San Francisco, you know? Well, I don't live there anymore. I'm going to leave because I don't need to earn money or anything like that. So we're going to head over to Oakland, which is also where I lived, and see what's happening over there. What can we learn?
Fog fills the margins of
Well, that's creepy.
redwoods, vanishing their high crowns. A strong musk, reminiscent of a gasoline spill, makes your eyes water. Behind distant sets of trees, a titanic silhouette lurches past.
I'm not so good to names, but the street that curves like crazy. Yes, that is correct. But it has to, because that's the only way to actually get up the hill. Let's just follow. It might be.
Broken lines of blood blotch the stranger's footprints.
Well, that's bad.
You come upon a maimed elk, whose sundered antlers have left behind patches of exposed tissue. The sediment-covered corpse seems to have been dragged some considerable distance.
There are a lot of fairy tales.
The silhouette of the stranger looms at the edge of visible forest. You feel the weight of their eyes upon you.
You know what? I'm a skeleton. I'm going to call out.
The stranger doesn't respond. They turn and walk into the fog.
Ooh. Well, that was a little creepy. What did you remember? Oh, you're talking about Lombard Street. Now we're at the 101. Oh, hey, there's somebody over there. There's a friend we could talk to. I think we should go over there and find out who they are. Oh, look at that. I don't think... See, this symbol here, it looks like... What is that? Whatever it is, I don't think I need... Oh, hey, it's our Okie friend who's in Nevada. Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday. Yeah, let's visit our Okie friend in Nevada? Maybe? I feel like we could maybe do that. Oh no, yeah, the hill's too steep to just drive straight up, but you can't. That's why it's so curvy, is so that it's easier to drive up. I don't think I need to search this, so we're going to not. We're going to go here, check that out, and then we're going to go over there and head towards our friend.
The Chinook salmon, having come to the end of its journey, is a grotesque beast. A great curved hump on its back.
I want to learn every story.
And that deformed
You're right.
hook of a jaw. The raven perched on it is unusually large, with a fat tuft of black feathers wrapped around its neck like a mane. With one practiced peck, it strikes at the salmon's blurred eye and pops it like a grape snapping open under your teeth. After tasting the fluid inside, it turns toward you, beady black eyes glinting in dying sunlight.
You want some? I can't eat this all by myself.
I'll just say no need to be rude.
Suit yourself.
No
It
need to be
stirs
rude.
itself on the carcass, and some of the uric smell wafts over to you.
Don't look a gift eyeball in the mouth's what I always say.
Its voice is throaty and rough, fittingly.
What are you here for? Not the salmon.
Oh, well, I'm going to just say that I collect people's stories, because that is true.
People stories, huh?
It tries to preen a stray feather back into place,
One thing in
but it
23
only
things
ends
in
up
24
more
hours.
crooked.
What's so great about people? You should collect raven stories. Much better.
Sure, okay. Tell me a story.
Well, this one's a secret.
I'm ready.
It flaps its wings and flies towards you, perching on your shoulder.
You see, there once was this raven who liked to...
And then, instead of finishing his thought, he just snaps at your eye with that sharp needle of a beak.
That's rude. Rude.
You
I
flinch
dodge.
and close your eyes instinctively, losing your balance and taking an ungainly fall onto the soft sand of the riverbed.
Ah!
Cries the raven, once again perched on the dead salmon.
I don't know if these are
People
good bird
always
stories.
fall for it. You should have seen your face.
Sort of like a threatening burb story. Alright, I'm going to go over there to that search area, because maybe there's a story there to collect. I like that salmon spirit. A horse auction. A well-dressed man waves you over. Making some big deals today, he brags, fingering a bill where you can see. Get me when number 60 goes up, okay? You stand in the crowd and wait, then run back to fetch him. He pays you absurdly well for doing almost nothing at all. Yeah, so like those are not stories, I don't think, though. That was pretty funny. Maybe that'll be a funny story? Maybe it will be a funny story. I think you might have to do more story management when you come upon somebody and then switch some stories up, maybe. So I think that you're not going to get new stories from those searches. You're just going to get resources. Paul Bunyan.
You hear the splintering crack of
Paul
old
Bunyan.
growth breaking. A tall, broad man looms in the clearing. He casts a shadow almost as long as the trees. A handful of other men gaze at him with admiration. A slate blue
It
bull
totally would, Vulpes,
stands
totally.
to the side, slowly chewing on a patch of grass.
Paul Bunyan.
God damn!
Shouts the second largest man, scratches his beard.
Come on, stranger, give it a shot. Try your arm against old Paul here.
He gestures to an axe lying atop a jagged stump.
It is
Couple
NorCal.
laughs flow through the crowd.
We're gonna chop.
You strike out at a reedy spruce. The axe thwacks into the trunk and roots there. You wrench it out and swing again. Your rhythm is shattered by wood splintering. Your opponent has just cut through two thick evergreens growing close together in one fluid movement.
Yeah, we're gonna keep chopping. Well, he won. We're gonna stop.
Jeers and hollers go up from the assembled crowd.
Knew you couldn't handle it.
The bearded lumberjack crows.
Don't even want to bother finishing.
The huge woodcutter
I know.
doesn't seem to mind
your
the
mouth.
din. He just goes on chopping.
I thought I'd try to save some trees. You know. All right, so now I'm a little tired now, so we're gonna go for this searchy place right here. Because maybe... No, we got money. The travelers at this campfire are all women. Women with long knives hanging from their belts. They let you join their camp in exchange for news about the towns you passed to get here. Maybe they're hiding from something. But you feel safe getting a good night's sleep here. And you move on. And now I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going to Reno. That's where I'm going. Do 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 do. So we're gonna talk to our friend. I took a train to Reno. I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. It's a good song. So I'm going to. It is. So we're going to hear this story, and then I think we're going to call it. The farmer's loitering beside a couple of crates of berries, idly watching the clouds go by. Waiting for the pickup, he says, trying to make small talk. Hey, you want to hear a wild story? Absolutely. He starts telling you about the fortune teller whose dark past stained the soul of all her clients. It takes a couple of minutes, but suddenly you recognize it as the story about the fortune teller and the curse. Whoever told it to the farmer changed, well, a lot. But it's still pretty good. Hey, where'd you hear that story? Life lesson, knife women in the woods are the best kinds of friends. Yeah, sabotage. Knife women have always been my favorite kind. I mean, Kenna, knife girl. She says she's not a knife girl, but that's what we like her, because she's a knife girl. Well, I can't remember, he says. I think I've known it for years. Since I was a boy, for sure. That can't be right. But you know what? We'll leave him with his tale. You thank him for his story and start to mosey off down the road. Keep cool, friend, he calls after you. So, here's the thing. It is 9. It's like 1 minute to 9. We could camp. We're in Reno, right? I think we should stop right here and take a 360 and end in Reno. That's what we're gonna do. Here, let me scoot over there and come back and visit you all in big screen. Whoosh, big screen. Hey everybody, I want to thank you all for being here. I'm so excited. I'm really happy that we could give Iffy a cat dating sim because that makes me really happy. And I don't think we've given Iffy a game yet before, so that makes me happy. It's also 3 a.m. for you, so you should go to bed, Ice Bunny. You should go to bed. That's important. So here's what's up. I'm Trooper SGP. This is the Academic Foxhole. I want to thank you all for being here. Thanks all for joining me with, the Where the Water Tastes Like Wine. And we will play that again next Thursday. Thank you. And this Saturday, I will be streaming from my PS4, or at least I will try to, Horizon Zero Dawn to see if that will work, because hopefully I've got it hooked up to the Wi-Fi, so it should work. And then... that's noon Eastern time, and then 6 o'clock Eastern time will be Night Witches! It's going to be Night Witches. Gonna run it. It's going to be amazing. It'll be myself, Sarah Shellgame, Maggie Crone, Mac Bouvet, and Rocket Fox. And it'll be all of us. Oh, Maggie Crone will not be able to make it on Saturday because she's moving. So she won't be there that week, but it'll be the other 3. And we'll be doing the Night Witches, and it's going to be really good. And 7 hours a day and 4 in a row, sleep is enough, new research. Sleep, sleep, sleep. I'm going to go and see which Grubhub places are open, and I'm going to order some food. And then I'm going to do a little bit of work, a little bit of Night Witches prep, and, work on a syllabus a little bit. And then I'm going to go to bed. That's what I'm going to do. Take care, everybody. You are all wonderful. I should say, if any of you have not followed, please give a follow, because when we hit 500 follows, I'm going to do a stream in Pig Latin. And if you're not a member of the Discord, be a member of the Discord. And if you'd like to follow... Oh, yeah, thanks. I have to alphabetize those shelves and add a lot more books to the shelves, but we're working on it. I've got to put my graphic novels down on this one here, which you can still see a little bit, that shelf down there. That's where... Oh, wait. There are bits that just happened. Vulpes, I would like to thank you for those bits by singing you the song We're in the Money in Pig Latin, as sung by Ginger Rogers in the film Gold Diggers of 1933. And so... Earway and hey, the anime. Earway and hey, the anime. Earway exte ute it gewe angleo. Earway and hey, the anime. Either I skazer ani say. Old me and the 80 ashen prayer uria uthre uvia asteo ang reo. Iwe evner iwe edleans lay of way at brands lay ute day. And we in we iwe ece the and lay or lay iwe ukle at the I right in the IA. We're in the money. We're in the money. We've got a lot of what it takes to get along. Woo! No, don't buffer. Don't buffer. I'm seeing goodness on the stream, so I think that's okay. Thank you so much, everybody. I will see you on Saturday. Saturday for Horizon Zero Dawn, and then Night Witches. Oh, I should also just say, I have a YouTube where we have the archive of the shows if you want to hang out there and see them. And maybe I'll... Oh, you know what I didn't tell you? I didn't tell you a thing. I, sort of inspired by a conversation, I wrote a blog post for my webpage, but I have not posted it yet because I want to write 4 blog posts so that I have a backlog, and then I will start posting. I think it was one of my goals for 2019 is to start posting role-play related things, RPG related things on my website. And so I can add to all of this with website stuff. So, I'm going to write 4 and then do it. But of course, the problem is that I really should not be writing on my blog. I really should just be writing academic things. But, just a little. Okay, everybody, I'm going to go. I'm going to eat some food. Right, exactly. Have the backlog so that I have time, because I know that I'm going to get busy in moments, and then I should be fine. That's what I think is good. That's what I think. So, Levi, we're on it. That's it, everyone. I'm going to find some food. Take care, everybody. And I thank you for being here, and I'm going to catch you on the flip side. I'll catch you on Saturday. Bye, everybody.